Hello, I'm so happy I got a hold of you. Welcome to week 5 of Game Boy month. We are finishing off strong with Operation C on the Game Boy. Let's check it out.
There's a lot of games out there, some of which you've never even heard of. That's where I come in. I'm Lucious T. I've been playing games since the age of 2, and I have no life.
This is Retroactive.
Few series have had a farther fall from grace than Contra. Allegedly, there are a few gems one can find after the 16-bit era, but for me, the series has always been about the NES games and Contra 3. So it blew my mind a few years ago when I saw Operation C on James and Mike Mondays. It looked like a solid Contra game. But for the Game Boy? Well, I picked up Operation C, and I can attest that it is as Contra as any of the 8 and 16-bit classics. Sadly, it is only one player, but it packs a hell of a punch in just 5 short stages. Now the music are all Game Boy renditions of the original game's soundtrack, though they added a riff to the Energy Plant song, which I'm still on the fence about. They range from awesome to a little mediocre. When it comes to the snow level theme they use for stage 4, it sounds like the music cuts out abruptly before it resets. Now they only have 3 weapons you can use besides the machine gun: the spread gun, homing gun, and fire gun. And if you collect 2 of the same weapon, it makes it fire faster and more robustly. Though I only ever got this to happen on the spread gun because, let's face it, this is Contra, you only get the spread gun. However, I will say the homing gun did come in handy at points in stage 3, and it also has a spread-like effect too, so at first I thought you could combine gun types like spread homing, fire homing, etc., but no, it just looks similar. Sadly, there is no laser gun, which is always a favorite of mine, and the starting machine gun feels like it has rapid fire built in. Of the 5 stages, the odd numbers are traditional run and gun, and the even numbers are overhead in the vein of Super C. I breezed through the first 2 stages, but stage 3 is where things got tough. It's a mix of the waterfall level and the jungle level from the NES games. Still present are the one-hit kills, 3 lives, and 3 continues. So if you start rushing sections, you can go from solid to dead real quick. Stage 4 was tough at first, but I ended up playing through it so many times that it became cake. Stage 5, on the other hand, was a bitch. Now, I'm no Contra god, and luckily the Contra code does work in this game, albeit it's a little different. You have to hit BA twice before entering, and instead of 30 lives or 10 lives, you get a stage select, and you can only select stages 1 through 4. Though why you would ever select stage 1 is hilarious. So you can see why I got really good at stage 4. That was as far as I could go in the select. You can't select stage 5. Funny. The guy so against save stating and cheating was using a save state-like feature to skip right to level 4. How interesting. How interesting. Now in the Japanese version, the code gives 9 lives instead of a stage select, which would have made things so much easier. You can still earn lives with every 4,000 points, I believe, but especially some of the wall guns positions in stage 5 make for instant death, even if you know they are coming. Hesitate for a second, and you're dead. Even the lauded spread gun started showing weaknesses in stage 5. The overhead guns were actually easier to kill with the basic machine gun. And I was close to pulling my hair out once I got to the last boss. You know the feeling. Survive the split-second cannons, make it through the elevator of death, get to the boss with full 3 lives, and die instantly to a mechanic you haven't lived long enough to see yet. I was definitely glad for the stage select code. Once I did finally beat him, there was a nice butt-clenching moment walking through the electricity thinking I'd have another boss, but nope, shoot the mother brain and bam, game over baby. And boy did I feel satisfied even though I was skipping to stage 4. Now the previous 2 videos, I have made mention of games feeling like Game Boy downgrades of Mega Man and Castlevania. None of that feeling hit me here. This may be a Game Boy game, but it's all Contra, baby. Time for some Lucious metrics. Cost of entry, borderline. Copies are going for around $20+, which is getting a little high for me. It's a solid game, and I'd highly recommend it, but I also love Contra, and don't get pissed at cheap enemy placement or trial and error gameplay. If this gets up to where Belmont's Revenge is, then kiss it goodbye. But for now, I'd pick it up before it gets any higher. Sense of satisfaction, immense. Getting through that damn Stage 5 is what 8-bit gaming is all about. Hours of screaming and cursing at the TV, having my wife get mad at me for yelling and scaring the dogs, then the lift your arms over your head achievement upon seeing the credits roll, letting off a nice guttural yes upon downing that last boss. Priceless. Replay value, decent. You know, it's got as much replay value as you can get from a Contra. If you enjoy trying to top your last run, getting through the game without using the Contra code, then there's a lot to do here. But once again, if you're not a big Contra guy, you don't like the trial and error mechanics, you probably aren't really sticking through to the end, even with the code. Operation C is a full-blown Contra experience in a slightly shorter package. Now, if I hadn't used the Contra code, it would have been a lot longer and a lot more frustrating. But that's what Contra's always been about. Cheating to beat it and learn it, and then going back and beating it legitimately. Now, for those of you who say, how is that any different than using a save state? It isn't. I'm a hypocrite, and you're still a cheater. I give this my Lucious T recommendation of beat it. And there you have it. That's it for this week, guys. Thank you for checking this out. You know, I had such a good time with the Game Boy that even though Game Boy month has sadly come to a close, you might be seeing some more Game Boy games coming down the pike. So yeah, let me know what you thought about Operation C. Let me know if you played any of the games I've covered this month. Let me know if you have some Game Boy hidden gems I should pick up, because I want to get them now while they're still relatively cheap. But yeah, I had a great time. Make sure to sub it up. I put out a new video every Tuesday. It's been so nice getting a hold of you. Take care. Good boy, bud.